My name is John Quinn. I am the program chair of the LLM Master of Laws at DCU. And what I'm going to do in this short presentation is try and give you a sense of what we're trying to do with the LLM program, maybe some reasons why you'd like to take it and join it, and what you can expect to get out of it, and how it's going to be useful for you going forward in your future careers and in your future lives. So that's one key point I'm going to try and emphasize today, is that this isn't just focused on developing skills and abilities that are useful as law careers. That's too narrow in my view. We hope that after you finish this course, you go through the process that this course gives you, you're better equipped across a range of different areas in your life, without wanting to be too ambitious. So what the LLM is aiming to do is it's focused on the development of skills. Now, I'm aware that sounds very kind of intangible and airy-fairy, but really it's crucial. So the way I'm going to try and explain this is contrasted with what your likely experience was at undergraduate level. You're likely to be in medium to large classes with the lecturer going through material, and every now and again, of course, there'll be some interaction and engagement in the material, but really it's you're being taught most of the time in law classes at undergraduate. And that's fine, that's important. You need to know your constitutional law and you need to know your contract law to have a sense of what law really is about and how it functions. But a master's, and specifically our one at DCU, it changes that completely. First of all, you're in a small group. Second of all, you're not being taught. Like, none of the modules that we offer, maybe with the exception of the legal research module, which I'll get to in a second, all of the modules are designed around discussions, facilitating discussions, trying to develop a deeper understanding of material. So you're coming to class having done a little bit of work, having done some reading, and the class really is a discussion, trying to deepen your knowledge of what's going on, to try and go beneath the surface, like what an article or a case or a essay or a report has saying on the surface, and what's the deeper message and that's being said here, and can you analyze it, can you figure it out, and then can you express it in your own words, what you think about it, what's the real deeper message, what are the assumptions. And really this is designed to help you read anything or encounter any kind of material and get to grips with it on a deeper level. And of course, on top of that, to being able to articulate your opinion and to hone your writing skills. And these are what I mean by the crucial skills that will help you not just in your career, but will help you no matter what you do. If you can articulate and express what you really want to say very precisely, that's going to help no matter where you end up. And likewise, an ability to write, an ability to read complex material, understand it quickly, summarize it, and pass it on to somebody else are invaluable in law, obviously. So this course will seriously help you if you want to be a solicitor or a barrister or become a legal academic. But if you end up working in any field related to law, or indeed any field that requires the understanding of reasonably complex information, and that is extremely valuable in the modern world, that if you can see through something, see what's really going on, see the truth of the objective truth, if there is such a thing, in what's being said or what's being talked about, and you can get to the point of things. And these are invaluable classes, and really what we're trying to do is help you develop your ability to express your own point of view and to come and arrive at a point of view on something. And that is very different to what an undergraduate course looks like. And we think we're specific at DCU. And so you'll see there that the course is really about developing these skills, and it'll prepare you for many careers in the 21st century. I hope that gives you a kind of sense of what we're trying to do. I'll give some more detail about the course now. The first thing to say about law at DCU is that we're not trying to just give you boring statutes or boring commercial codes or charters. It's not like that at all. What we focus on in DCU is trying to create a bridge between law itself, what the law says, and its impact in the world on people, on organizations, on countries. And all our classes really are designed to try and understand that link between real world effects, social impacts, and the law. And because law is everywhere, whether you're talking sport, trade, tax, you name it, privacy, the digital world, anything. Law is there somewhere, and we're trying to create these connections between law and real world effects. And it's much easier to do this in a small class, and like you'll have at your LLM, small class, close relationships with the lecturer, and an ability to, or a focus on developing discussions between yourselves as students and the lecturer, trying to guide you to arrive at deeper understandings of legal material. And I should say now that this might sound very serious so far, we do try and build a bond between the class. That the LLM has been running a long time now, and classes get just as much out of the connections they make with other students that goes on and helps them throughout their lives as they do from the staff. I'm still friends with many people from my LLM. I've worked together with them on many projects, and getting to know them was certainly one of the best things I did, or one of the best parts of doing my LLM. So there's that side of it as well. There is a social side. There is we do facilitate the building of connections between students as well. Generally speaking, in law, DCU has two, maybe three major themes or connections. One is, as I mentioned earlier, the law and society focus. The second one is a lot of our staff members are from across Europe, and we have a focus on EU, international, transnational law. And so the effect of law in the world goes far beyond just Ireland and what's happening in Ireland. Obviously, that's important, but Ireland is connected to Europe, the international scene, and by transnational, I mean law isn't just restricted to what every state says on a specific topic. EU, obviously, law goes beyond that. Various areas of private law goes beyond and outside nation states, most obviously with the internet and trade and things like that. So we try to focus outward as well as the Irish. And of course, then we have modules that are focused on the more public governmental side, public policy, public law, EU institutions, judging, these kind of public facets of law. We have a full-time and a part-time. And what I have here, I won't keep you too much longer, maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. I just have a format or a list of the modules you can expect. Now, I should say this is subject to minor changes, but this will give you a flavour of what to expect. You have 2 core modules, legal and socio-legal research skills. That's, we don't throw you in at the deep end and expect you to just be able to write and discuss things. We have a module designed to basically to move you from undergraduate to postgraduate, to facilitate you in being comfortable discussing things in class, various research methodologies, thinking for yourself, writing for yourself, expressing your own opinion, and really engaging with other people's work. So that's what that module is for. And then we have a module called Judges and Judging, which gets to the heart of how judges make decisions and various theories around the courts and how judges arrive at decisions. So that we think that kind of that module provides a base, this base I'm talking about for deeper understanding of what's really going on in judgments, and that you can take that deeper understanding and apply it across the rest of your modules. And then you'll see a range of modules. You can pick any 4, basically, and really this all of these modules follow the format: small classes, discussion based. Usually they include some kind of written assessment and verbal assessment. And really you should just pick the modules that you're interested So if you're interested in commercial law or commercial activities, then you have trade law, you have contemporary legal issues in commercial practice, you have banking and finance law. You can pick those. If you're interested in climate change, if you're interested in international law, we have public international law, race, minorities, and indigenous people in international law, European and international human rights law. So there's plenty of, if that's your thing, if you're focused on global events, then and human rights, then we have plenty of modules on that. If you like private law and trade, we have plenty of modules on that. If you like the more, or you can just pick any set of modules. Really, we think student choice and students having freedom and being able to choose whatever modules they like to look at. And of course, we'll get lecturers in to explain in more detail in the first week what their modules are. You have the first week to sample across the different modules, and then pick one at the end of week one, what you're going to do. Really, finally, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the dissertation in the last couple of minutes. So the dissertation is this crucial part of the whole study, and what it is you pick a topic that you like, that isn't something that everyone talks about, but isn't so kind of niche that there's nothing to talk about. So some kind of relatively novel problem that you're interested in, and then we team you up with the supervisor, and between the two of you, hopefully anyway, that you develop a close working relationship, and that you develop your idea with the help of your supervisor over a 5-6 month period. And again, it's this process of, you'll be writing drafts, you'll be sending it to your supervisor, they'll be providing feedback to you, and it's this iterative process that leads you to become a much clearer writer, and by extension thinker. And the aim is that you see your own writing from the kind of viewpoint of somebody else, and that's the key skill of a writer, is to imagine themselves in the place of their audience, and to be able to see it fresh and clear from a third party standpoint. So we try and help you gain those skills all through the course, but that dissertation is then the kind of capping module where you go on and you show your ability to write a significant piece of work that you have researched and developed from the beginning with the help of a supervisor. And I'm finished basically, and here's just some basic information. Generally, we take students that have a 2-1 degree in an undergraduate in law, or as a significant part, or an undergraduate degree that has a significant part of law. We'll consider upper 2-2s. It depends really on how many places we have left and so on. But and I encourage you, anyone who is thinking about applying, to apply as soon as you can. And you can find more details on the webpage about the entry requirements. So that's it. I hope that was useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, or you can email me. My email is my name, john.quinn@tcu.ie. And you can find that on the website as well. I'm more than happy to try and help anyone who's interested. There's my email there in the chat. I see a question from Patrick about a new LLM programs being run this September. I should know it by the end of this week whether that is happening or not. And if that is happening, you can email me and I'll circulate details as soon as possible. The end date for the dissertation, that is the end of July. Yes, the end of July. So you have from when teaching finishes around about April time, all over the summer to complete it. But I should say that the work begins on the dissertation about halfway through semester one. So you have to develop a proposal, you then get feedback on your proposal, you get teamed up with your supervisor in early January, you're working on it in the background during semester two, and then the general pattern is that you have a plan sorted by the end of semester two around about March, April time, and then you go on and write it until July. So you have those 2-3 months to actually write it. Okay, thank you everybody, and please do feel free to email me. I'm generally good at responding.